What's good, YouTube? My name is Tim. Thank you for tuning to the channel today. If you guys haven't checked out my last video, it is me touring the biggest zoo in America, the San Diego Zoo. So you guys haven't checked that out, I would greatly appreciate it. As you guys can tell from the title of the video, today we will be talking about how to invest in the stock market as a beginner. Now, when we talk about the stock market in the black community, we tend to get just shy away from it. You think about numbers and graphs, all these people in suits and all this stuff going through your head, but it's really not that bad, man. It's pretty simple and self-explanatory. So today I'm going to walk you guys through on how to first start and get your first investment going. Now, before you even touch a stock market, you become a part-time owner of a company. I want you guys, I know it's going to sound cliche, but you always invest in yourself first. You don't have to have a Walmart, or Apple, a Tesla stock. You have to invest in yourself first. What I mean by that is time and money. That's when you know if you're really committed. Those two most important things, people: time and money. Time, you need to start reading, man. All right, if you try to be successful in life and you're not reading, you're not trying to be successful. I mean, I'm just gonna put it like that. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta read 2, 5, 10 pages a day, whatever you gotta do. Just stock market for dummies, just to dumb it down. If that's what you gotta do, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, so I always suggest reading, audio books, and then I always say invest in yourself. Courses, some people courses are really good. Wall Street Trapper, Aristotle, those are the only two I will actually pay for. So so invest in yourself before you start getting to the big dogs, big leagues, and the stock market. Now, after we've invested into ourselves, we read, we listened to a lot of YouTube, a lot of podcasts, we're ready to lock in and get our first stock. So obviously the first thing you're going to want to do is you want to get a brokerage account. Now, the best brokerage accounts, in my opinion, is Fidelity, Schwab, and also Robinhood. It's not the best, in my opinion. Those are the top two in my opinion, but Robinhood is just great for beginners. The interface is great and pretty simple. It's easy to use, so that tends to attract a lot of beginner investors. But the best one in my opinion is Fidelity. Now, a brokerage account is an investment account you can buy and sell from the stock market. So that's all a brokerage account is. So it's pretty simple. Okay, guys, after you get your brokerage account, you know what I'm saying, you locked in, we're ready to start investing. All right. Now, when you get into your brokerage account, there's going to be a lot of options to choose from. You have day trading, forex trading, option trading, dividend stocks, individual stocks, ETFs, REITs, index funds, and many more. You have so many things to invest in, but what you need to do is just pick your lane. If individual stocks your thing, then okay, let's do individual stocks. But you need to pick your lane. When I first started out, I wanted to be a dividend investor. So I just wanted to invest for the long term. I wasn't trying to get penny stocks and become a millionaire overnight. I was trying to invest for the long term. I was trying to be, invest into dividend stocks to retire early, get dividend monthly income, and just let that cover my bills. Now, if you are first starting, I do not recommend starting off with any type of trading, so option trading or day trading. That's just my opinion. You need to get a feel for the stock market before you do all that stuff. And I also don't recommend investing into individual stocks. So you just buying Tesla or Walmart, anything like that, I don't really recommend it. I think you should invest in ETFs or index funds. That's a basket of stocks that'll suit you. I think that's the best option because individual stocks, I mean, it's probably a Fortune 500 Fortune 500 company. All right, it's probably a Fortune 500 company. It's a very good company. They've been raising their dividends for 20 plus years. But at the end of the day, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. Individual stocks, individual stock. Who knows what will happen 2 weeks from now, especially what's going on with this war, okay? I mean, who knows? Walmart, it really might shut down. You got $30,000 into Walmart. So when you first starting out, just to eliminate the so many options, I would recommend ETFs or index funds. Index fund is a group of stocks that tracks a certain amount of stocks. That's all it is. It's pretty simple. Most index funds give you a dividend, so a monthly income or quarterly, or some of them are yearly. The most famous index fund is the S&P 500. That's where I have the majority of my money in. The S&P 500 is the top 500 companies, American companies, in the U.S. So that is the best index fund you can get. Warren Buffett himself said no mutual fund manager can outdo the S&P 500. It returns nearly 10% yearly long term. So it may be down some years, but you just have to hang tight. So it may be down some years, but you just have to hang tight and just continue to buy the dip, and you will profit long term. I promise. Warren Buffett himself said this. You know what I'm saying? He's the best investor ever. Okay, so if we're not listening to the best investor ever, I don't know what we're doing. Exchange traded fund, or an ETF, is a group of stocks that tracks a specific sector of that stock market. So it's the same as an index fund. It just tracks a specific sector. So the S&P 500 is just the top 500 companies. So it can be I don't know, just talking, just a farming company and also a tech company. But with an ETF, it'll be just tech stocks only. You get it? Makes sense? So just imagine an index fund is just all the grocery stores. So Food Lion, Harris Teeter, Publix, all the grocery stores. But an ETF is just the cereal aisle. You get it, y'all? Okay, I'm spitting. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, yeah. So that's all the ETF is. Even though they are virtually the same, I would still recommend an index fund because ETFs have an expense ratio. Now, depending on what kind of ETF it is, some of them will vary, some of them will be pretty high. So 1% expense ratio is extremely high. It might not sound like a lot, but long term, that's going to be a lot. So I recommend 0.1, 0.2, 0.5 expense ratio. But overall, I think an index fund is the best thing you should be investing in, because if one company go down, that gets replaced, in that 500 group of stocks. So I think that's the best thing you should invest in, as a beginner. Now, obviously, the returns are going to be kind of low compared to other things you can do, option trading, but that's because it's very little risk. So 10%, you get 10% money, 10% return on your money guaranteed. You can't really, beat that. Versus option trading, you can get a 20, 30, 40%, but it's the risk of losing your money is much higher. So I believe, S&P 500, that is the best investment you can make when you're first starting out. There was a lot in the stock market I didn't get to cover that I would love to go over in the future. In my next video, I'll probably be on REITs, which is real estate investment trust, and you can invest into real estate without owning a property. It's a great opportunity. I think everybody should do it, and it's also passive income, so why not? If you guys made it this far in the video, I really, really appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time.